It's time for
Don't Shoot the Messenger.
That's right. Welcome back to a new episode, new season of Don't Shoot the Messenger. As you can tell, we have a new intro.
We gotta change things up a bit. And,
New year, new me.
New year, new show.
Oh, I'm just
same
trying.
show.
I'm just trying to keep the reptilians off our trail.
Yeah, we got to keep them shaken up. That's why we had to take a break for a while because they were getting a little too close. Chris started worrying about his kids.
But
you know,
as always, I am Chris Dickens alongside my co-host.
Jinx, just Jinx.
We have an interesting one today, I'd say, to get into. But first, how have you been, Jinx? How was Bible camp?
Oh, it was wonderful. You know, learned a few new songs.
Few new songs.
Baby Jesus, do, baby Jesus, do.
Jesus is a friend of mine. Do. So, a couple new songs. That's wonderful to hear.
How are things in the rock quarry?
They filled it up. I'm homeless.
They filled up the rock quarry.
Yes.
With rocks.
And dirt.
And dirt.
I'm homeless.
It's like, why would they bring the rocks back to the quarry?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
They really don't like you. It's the reptilians.
It's the reptilians. They found out what quarry I lived in, and they filled it.
Hey, at least they didn't abduct you yet.
Oh no, I was out. I was gone by that time. But when I came back, I was out. Wearing my tinfoil hat somewhere.
I know. You still, they're waiting for you with that anal probe.
Shh.
Don't remind me.
I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, I've been in contact with the reptilian commander, and he's planning on coming in to do a live show with us instead of calling in next time.
Oh, that should be very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Make room for his tail. I don't know how big he is in person. I've only ever talked to him over the phone.
He's got to be at least 10 feet.
At least. He's got to be huge.
Got to be huge.
Or do you think he's going to come?
Huge.
Or do you think he's going to come in and with the self-cloaked and a cloaking device?
I mean, it could be that. I mean, it's not a cloaking device.
They
adjust our UV rays.
So we see them as
we can see them as
human
humans.
Beings. Yeah. So we just need to make sure it's extra space in the recording studio that day.
I think we'll be all right.
All right.
But we're speaking of reptilians. We have an interesting one today. We're not going to really touch on them, but they are somewhat involved in this topic.
You could think so. And there's speculation into it, that's for sure.
We're going to touch on the Denver International Airport.
And, before you mentioned this to me, I had never heard anything about it, but this is kind of crazy.
Yes, it is insane on what conspires, I guess you'd say, there. So the Denver International Airport is their newest airport. I don't know. It's been around for
since 95. It was supposed to open in 94. That didn't open.
It's been around since 95, and it replaced the Denver Stapleton International Airport,
which, by all accounts, was still a pretty decent airport in decent condition.
Yes, it was, and had more runways than this airport does now.
Yeah, which, considering the size and scope of this airport, I mean, it's bigger than the area of Manhattan. I mean, that's pretty crazy if you think about it.
Yeah, it's insane on how big it is. But the more interesting thing is the amount of space underneath the Denver International Airport and what goes on down there.
And they excavated all sorts of tunnels under there that are not in use, and they claim that these tunnels were originally dug out and built to use as this really progressive baggage system, for transporting baggage around the airport. And then they decided, oh, no, this isn't going to work, and just scrapped it and left the tunnels there. So now they're not being used, and they're just empty tunnels that don't function. And then there's the buildings. They at 4 or 5 buildings from what I was reading that were built, completed, but then they decided, oh no, they're not, there's something wrong with the plans or whatever, and they decided they weren't going to work. Now, normally, if buildings aren't going to function the way you want them to, you'd figure that out before you start building them, 1. 2, if they're not going to work and function as you planned, you'd find another use for them. But one of the things you wouldn't do, leave them intact and then bury them underground.
Well, according to the Denver Post, the space below the airport is a thriving workplace that has more than 1,000 employees working in it every day.
They claim they use it for storage now.
Yes.
But they don't let anybody down there that doesn't have the proper paperwork to get down there.
Yeah, it's a little interesting on that. It's about 470,000 square feet of space. It's a lot. It's a lot of space.
So it kind of makes you wonder, why do they need all this space under the airport?
What is going on underneath this airport? What is there? There, like you said, there are buildings.
And one of the obvious speculations, of course, is, are they using it for bunkers, for like government officials and the elite, of the world?
Yes, that there's a theory going around that it was space that was sold out to the rich and famous and powerful for when an apocalypse happens, they have a place to go.
Yeah, and it makes sense. I mean, it's in the mountains. 1, 2, it's more central part of America, not quite central, but almost. So it's not near the coast, east or west coast. So it's a little more protected, keeps, and it's easy to get to from any part of the country. So unless it's snowing.
Now let's get to the real theory. It's the reptilians.
You think
/ Illuminati / whatever you want to call them, New World Order.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things they're saying with, what is it, the dedication plaque or whatever? Says
yes, there's a dedication stone.
It says, but it says,
or New World Airport Commission is carved into the stone.
Yeah. So what is it, and why would they choose to do New World, right? Because obviously, New World Order, is it blatant? I mean, would the New World Order be that like showy as like putting that out there and making themselves apparent?
do. How many things have we seen from Illuminati or whatever you want to call this secret agency that's running the world? How many things have they put out in front of us? Behind the dollar bill, the eye above the pyramid. We see everything. That is Illuminati. There's so many new masonry / Illuminati / crossbones and skulls, whatever you want to think, that they put it out there right in front of us and blatantly.
Yeah, so it's like, how do you see
best?
it?
But that's for me. That is the best way for places to hide in plain sight. Is we're going to make a joke
and be obvious about it. So people think, oh, they wouldn't be that obvious.
It gets drilled into your brain that it was. If there really was this thing there, why would they be throwing it in my face?
Yeah, so making it like obvious, which brings us to all the other things like that, like
the insane art that they have there.
Just creepy as all get out. Oh my god.
Yes, there are several murals that are depicting of military-esque things, just like dictatorships, I guess you'd say, kind of type murals. Yeah,
like you have like soldiers like that look Nazi-esque, right?
Yes, they look very Nazi-esque.
Yeah, with dead animals, like aiming towards children. It's like just really creepy. Why would you have this up in an airport, first of all? Like that, to me, I don't understand what the message is supposed to be. I mean, some people are saying like different stages of the apocalypse is what it's supposed to stand for.
Well, there's another one where there is a crowd of people surrounding what looks like a dead soldier, but they're coming together and each have flags, but inside the flags are wrapped around weapons. Like it's just like swords. It looks like, but art. Reading the symbolism,
interpretive. Yeah,
it kind of looks like the world just handing over all of their weapons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to the New World Order.
New World Order.
Like throwing them into a pit or something.
It's a little interesting on that. The blue stallion.
Yeah, Lucifer.
Yeah,
it's like he is this giant blue horse with these red eyes that, if you're looking at it from a certain angle, look like they're glowing, but only if you're at the right spot and the right angle. But my deal with that, Denver, the Broncos, right? So the horse, that makes sense that they would have this giant horse statue to me.
Yeah, but if you look at that horse statue, it's creepy. It is all creepy. Hell.
Yeah, maybe they just thought when they the original artist renderings, they probably thought, oh, this is a really cool horse. And then they built it, and now it's like, oh, that's a really creepy horse.
If you don't know what we're talking about, it's standing on its hind two legs. It's shiny metallic blue.
Black mane and tail.
That's all spiky looking.
Uh-huh.
And then there are red glowing eyes.
Very
just
like
very
demonic
red,
horse.
demonic looking eyes. It is creepy. It's creepy.
And it's like, right, so like if you're landing on a plane, it's like one of the first things you might be seeing coming into the Denver airport, because it's right there by the runway. It's kind of crazy. The other artwork, like we said, it's all apocalyptic kind of based artwork. It's just kind of unsettling.
It is very unsettling. Then on top of the airport itself, there are it's like a weird fabric points, I guess you'd say.
See, I don't remember reading about fabric points. They're like little tents.
The roof itself is supposed to mimic the Rockies, according to them. I was going to say,
it kind of is. It's supposed to be a mountainous
It's supposed to be like the snow-capped Rockies.
Or is it hiding antennas?
But if you look from above, it just looks really weird and like almost a symbol-esque like thing.
Is it hiding antennas to, speak to the aliens?
It could be hiding antennas. So yeah, it's just interesting on design choice, I guess you'd say, of
why they'd want these tent-like pole, like canvas things up on the roof.
The locals of Denver around that area make fun of it and say it's circus tents.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I mean, but maybe it's with the snow and stuff, like, so you don't have like with how much it snows in Colorado, maybe to keep from too much snow on the roof and causing damages. Like, I would imagine that the snow just kind of melts and falls off quicker and easier with it being up in points like that. Well, except for the parts that aren't pointed in the down.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just weird because why would we
purpose?
Choose to put this on there? What is the purpose of it? It's not even aesthetically pleasing.
No, it's just, there's a lot of buildings these days that aren't very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's weird. There's also the shape of the building itself.
Yes, the layout of the actual airport itself with runways and everything. You're referring to the swastika
look to it, which, you look at a lot of airports, they have to have a way to get to the different terminals and for planes to navigate around them.
I didn't see the swastika
running. Yeah, it's very loose.
Yes, you know what? There are runways that go straight and then take the hard right curve or a hard left curve, and
it's not so much the runways as the building itself with the different terminals. But like I said, if you look at a lot of airports, they are kind of built that way just to get.
I don't read much into that.
Get in there.
I don't think Nazis are taking over the world again. So
let's
let's just move on from that to that. All right, they're aliens. Let's be honest. They're aliens. And
yeah, it's the aliens. Is it like what are those called down in South America? The stuff in the fields with the different shapes and lines. What? You know what I'm talking about? That they think the aliens made these line drawings like birds and whatnot in the fields.
Oh, you're talking in the deserts in South America?
It's not desert. It's not just deserts.
Well, there's like I was just watching
fields and grass and all sorts of stuff.
As we digress.
Yeah, we'll do that for another episode. My point is it alien design? Is it some,
I mean, we are so infiltrated by them, as we all know how I feel about this.
Reptiles and aliens, they're all over. The moon is their spaceport.
I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe Denver International Airport is there.
And what didn't the reptilian commander, didn't he tell us that the moon is basically
a truck stop?
Truck stop.
It's a truck stop. Mm-hmm. So I want to know
at the end of space.
I want to know. I don't want to speculate anymore. I want to know what's going on underneath Denver International Airport.
You're gonna take a trip to Denver soon?
I think I might take a trip to Denver because this is just
bring your shovel along.
This is
now is a good time. You can get past the TSA.
Good. Everyone's out of work. But it's suspicious to me that, like, out of everything, the artwork's creepy, and it might have some symbolism. the top of the roof of it, what is it hiding? The Nazi thing, whatever. If you believe you're a flat earther if you believe that.
Yeah. Well, there's also the Nazi and the drawings, the paintings and murals.
But I don't see that in the actual layout of it. But the most disturbing thing is the 470,000 square feet of space below.
Underneath there, yes.
With tunnels and buildings.
So what do you think they're using it for?
I think it's like a command center of some sort.
For the reptilian elite?
Of course. It always leads back to that with me. I can link everything we ever talk about back to it.
I know you can. So the reptilian elite, they have all their spaces and stuff. So you think they poured the billions of dollars, as we know, or well, the listeners might not know, that the money was like basically anonymous. We don't know exactly who funded this.
We don't know who funded it. There's not an exact amount really anywhere of how much it cost.
Supposedly it went $2 billion over budget. I mean, that's been stated. It went a year over planning. If you're gonna
build buildings and then bury them for no apparent reason,
you're gonna go $2 billion over budget. Yeah. So, who did put this money in there?
Also, the fact that it's so far away from Denver, actually,
it's not anywhere close. So there had to be a strategic reason as to why
put it
so
there,
far away from the main city.
Why? What is underneath it? What is going on underneath there? Yes. You can't tell me that it's luggage and stuff like that.
Why are there 4 or 5 full buildings? Like, how do you misplan 4 or 5 buildings all the way through the building process?
Maybe it's the mole people.
Mole people. We haven't discussed mole people on the show.
We'll get to the mole people. We'll get to the mole people.
Are they at war with the reptilians?
Who knows? I'm not going to divulge into that right now. That's for another day. As a God-fearing person as yourself, does this not creep you out?
Well, God has a plan, right? You hope. I'm perplexed in this situation of what is actually going on there. And to me, I honestly believe that, whoever or whatever you believe is running the planet has something to do with that, and maybe that's a central base of operations type of thing. I should maybe we'll come back to this in another episode, or like a recap episode or something, where I want to know where the actual position of this airport and how it relates to different things in the world. So, like point of reference as far as like how it maps
if it's
out.
Centralized, or if it's what. Because
what is the reason that they chose that exact position as opposed to somewhere else?
That it is just odd to me. I'm gonna have to.
It's where the mountain was most structurally sound for building an airport and buildings underground.
You know what? No. There's always a deeper meaning. Don't you get your common sense crap in here?
How dare I bring common sense into conspiracy theories?
How dare you? So we're going to. I mean, I think there's something has to do with that, though. There has to be something that does.
Logistics wise, well, like I said, just in general, picking Denver as opposed to somewhere else makes sense if you're going to have an underground bunker and hideaway for in case of World War III or alien invasion or whatever, kind of thing is going on.
Or we have to. I have no more. Maybe I'll reach out to my sources in certain agencies.
We can ask the reptilian commander if he comes back on the show.
Do you think he'll really tell us the truth? He didn't give us a whole lot of truth last time.
I don't know.
I felt like it was really one big joke to him last time.
Oh, I think he was having fun. I think he enjoyed letting out a few things.
He let a few things out, but I think he was just having fun with us, toying with us.
Definitely toying with you, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Just like they plan on doing once they catch you.
Hey, well, we're not bringing that up anymore.
By the way, I like what you've done with that foil hat.
They don't need to know. I'm on the run. I'm on the lam. We're not going to record in the same place twice.
Nope. Got to keep it moving.
No. Yes. We might even have to do one on Skype just so I can run away so they can never find me.
Yeah. And the listeners don't know this. We actually tried recording an episode a few months back and the sound just got totally messed up.
Because we did it outside.
Yeah. It was, no, but it like had this, it was just really messed up. Robotics, like somebody was interfering with our signals.
Because we were outside. We weren't safe.
They got to us.
Got to us. That's why it was shortly after that my quarry was filled.
Yep. See, that's why we were out doing things on location because they've already found
It was. So I think that's about it for today.
Yeah, something short and sweet for today's episode. We'll come back with some more stuff, maybe some more plane stuff, maybe
there are quite a few things I have in
time
store
travelers.
For the season.
We got
yeah. Don't get me started on the time travelers. I'm gonna catch one.
So
I'm gonna catch
lots
one.
of stuff to look forward to.
Yes,
this season.
We're excited for season 2. Hope you all are as well.
And don't forget to go like us on Facebook and keep up to date with all our shows. Go listen and like all of our episodes.
Share.
Definitely, please keep sharing.
Just not to the reptiles.
Yeah, and if you have ideas, conspiracy theories you want us to look into, go ahead and email us at don'tshootthemessenger@gmail.com or the Just Don't Network @gmail.com.
And I think that's about all the time we have. So, as always, I am Chris Dickens alongside my cohort,
Jinx. Just Jinx.
Remember, don't shoot us.
We're just the messenger.